So I've been using the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 17 Pro Max at the same time for the past few weeks. And I'm going to give you the most honest answer I can on whether you should actually upgrade. Because honestly, the answer kind of surprised me. Like going into this, I assumed that the 17 would just be obviously better. It's the newest phone. It's more expensive. Apple hyped it up. But after actually living with both of them, it's way more nuanced than that. And depending on which iPhone you currently have, my answer for you is completely different. So let's get into it. I'm going to go section by section. Design, display, camera, performance, battery, and at the end, I'll tell you exactly who should upgrade and who should keep their money. Let's go. Alright, first thing, the design. And this is actually the thing I want to lead with, because I feel like not enough people are being straight about this. Apple switched from titanium to aluminum on the 17 Pro Max, and their whole pitch was, aluminum dissipates heat better, which, okay, sure, fine. But here's what they didn't put in the keynote. That aluminum scratches, way more than the titanium on the 16. People have micro scratches on the iPhone 17 Pro Max already just from normal use. And they're not dropping it. They're not being careless, they're just picking it up off the desk and putting it in their pocket. And I could already see wear on their frame. Meanwhile, the 16 Pro Max still looks clean. The titanium just holds up better, and that matters if you're the kind of person who goes caseless. So my advice, if you get the iPhone 17 Pro Max, put a case on it from day one. Don't even think twice about it. Now, there are two things the 17 does win on design-wise. One is 26 grams lighter, which you actually do feel after holding it for a long time. And two, that cosmic orange color is genuinely fire. Every time someone sees it, they ask about it. But overall, if I'm being real, the 16 Pro Max feels a bit more premium in the hand. The titanium has a weight to it and feel to it. The 17 is lighter, still feels fine though. Okay, display. Both screens are 6.9 inches, both 120Hz ProMotion. Indoors, they look pretty much identical. Like genuinely, I'd struggle to tell the front apart in normal use. The difference kicks in outdoors. The 17 Pro Max can hit 3000 nits of peak brightness. The 16 Pro Max maxes out at 2000. And that extra brightness actually makes a real difference when you're outside in direct lighting. Your screen stays readable without cranking it all the way up and draining your battery. There's also a new anti-reflective coating on the 17 that cuts glare by around 75%, which sounds like marketing speak, but I actually noticed this. Taking photos outside and being able to see your camera preview clearly without squinting, that's genuinely useful. But here's the truth. If you're mostly indoors, you're probably not going to notice. The display upgrade on the 17 is real, but it's specifically an outdoor use case upgrade. If you live somewhere sunny, it matters. If you're mostly inside, it's nice to have. The iPhone 17 Pro Max runs the A19 Pro chip. The 16 Pro Max has the A18 Pro. On paper, newer chip, slightly more efficient, a bit more powerful. Apple made claims about gains in specific workloads. In real life, I genuinely cannot tell the difference. Apps open at the same speed, everything's smooth on both. I've been switching between these two constantly and I never once picked up the 16 and thought, wow, this feels slow. The thing is, these chips are just so fast at this point that generational improvements don't really show up in everyday use anymore. It's not like going from a 6 to an 8 where you really felt it. This is more like the 17 has a slightly bigger engine in a car that's already way faster than any speed limit. Where it might matter down the line is AI. The 17 has 12 gigabytes of RAM versus 8 gigabytes on the 16th, which means it can handle more on-device AI tasks. If Apple Intelligence keeps getting more demanding, the 17 will age better. But right now, today, both phones feel exactly the same. Okay, cameras. This is probably what most people are actually thinking about when they consider upgrading. So let me be straight with you. The main camera, basically the same. I've taken hundreds of photos on both, and the results are almost identical in most situations. Colors, sharpness, dynamic range, genuinely hard to tell apart. Zoom. The 17 has a slightly improved telephoto. In good light, you can see a difference at higher zoom levels, but we're talking subtle. In that 8x zoom, both phones struggle, honestly. Neither one is going to blow you away there. Where the 17 does clearly pull ahead is video. The 17 Pro Max supports Dolby Vision in every recording mode, including 4K at 120 FPS. The 16 Pro Max can't do that. If you shoot a lot of video, that's actually meaningful. But if you're mostly talking photos, the camera upgrade is real. But it's not that you're missing out situation Apple kind of implies. Your 16 Pro Max camera is still excellent, like genuinely excellent. Battery life. The 17 is slightly better. Side by side, doing the same tasks, the 17 lasts a bit longer. But we're not talking massive gains. Both phones will get you through a full day no problem. That hasn't changed. Now here's the thing I actually think is actually underrated about the 17. Charging. Apple finally got their acts together on charging speed this year. And I know that sounds like a little backhanded compliment, but genuinely, iPhone charging has been a little slow compared to Android flagships for years. And the 17 makes real improvements here. If you've ever sat there watching your iPhone slowly charge, while your friend's Android goes from 20% to 80% in half the time, the 17 Pro Max is a meaningful step up. Not Android level yet, but way better than before. If slow charging has always been the thing that bugs you about iPhones, this is the most practical upgrade in the whole comparison. So let's actually answer the question. Should you upgrade? Here's how I'd break it down. If you have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, honestly, not really. I know that's probably not what Apple wants me to say, but the improvements are real without being significant. The design is actually a downgrade in terms of durability. The camera is barely better for most people. The performance difference doesn't show up in real use. You've got a great phone. Keep it. I love the iPhone 17 though, don't get me wrong. If you have an iPhone 15 Pro Max or older, yes, it makes sense. You'll notice the brighter screen, better cameras, improved charging, and the A19 chip is a meaningful jump up from the A17. Not life-changing, but you'll feel the difference. If you're on anything older than the 14, just upgrade. You're gonna feel it across the board. And if you're choosing between a discounted 16 Pro Max and a 17 Pro Max right now, get the 16, realistically. Seriously, titanium builds hold up better. Still an incredible phone, and you'll save yourself a couple $100. Use that money for literally anything else. So the one exception to all of this, if you're a serious video creator and Dolby Vision at 4K 120 FPS matters to your workflow, then the 17 has a real, clear advantage for you specifically. So here's the final take after weeks of both of these iPhones. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is a great phone. It's not a bad phone. But the 16 Pro Max is also a really, really good phone. And in some ways, build quality, that titanium feel, 16 might be better for you. Apple makes it hard to resist upgrading every year. The marketing is fantastic, the new colors are beautiful, there's always something new to point at. But if you already have last year's Pro Max, I'm giving you permission to just not upgrade. Your phone is excellent, keep your money. So if this video helped you make a decision, drop a like, subscribe. It genuinely helps my channel, and let me know in the comments. Are you upgrading? Are you holding off? Or maybe even picking up a discounted 16? I'm curious. So I'll see you in the next one.